Yo, yo, yo.
Ready to take a break?
You throw the uptown ready, you throw the MED, and I'll be sure.
I was the first #1 artist on the Billboard charts on Uptown and the first platinum artist on the Uptown label.
He was a GQ nigga, you know, he was a real Petty Local type. He was one of the fly light skin niggas, and girls loved him. Al was dating Kim. Kim boy. Kim is at the receptionist desk at Uptown. You get out the elevator, first person you see is Kim. And it was a beautiful sight. Everybody said that, you know what I mean? But when Sean saw Kim, it was different. And now Sean always at the receptionist desk begging Kim for something. A date, a kiss. He put it all on the table for Kim. Weird in the air because everyone knew this was Al. Al is hot as fish grease right now.
Hi, this is Al Be Sure. With my exclusive number, $2 for the first minute, 45 cents for each additional.
And Sean was not really like the catch.
He drank alcohol, he forbade marijuana, I like drugs. He had to come here and look like scholastic dweeb.
But Sean was still determined. I bet you I can get Kim. He was like, nah, no way. Your way ain't even up enough yet. But when Sean wants something, he's gonna get it. It might be a couple of years from now, but sooner or later, he's gonna get it.
Montreal, Heavy D, I'll Be Sure, they had all the money and all the power, and I was like, I don't know what they did, but that's what I want to do.
I got to Uptown a few months after Sean did, and I saw him being built into cool. We had to go through the Uptown flavor camp.
I learned a lot quickly. Being in front of Willie Burgers on 45th and 84th, being at the rooftop, the fashion, the walk, the talk, the attitude, the drive, the determination. I was ready to do whatever it took to win.
Young Sean Combs during that time, he was so tenacious. You asked him to turn Wednesday into Tuesday, he was set about doing it.
First task we had given him was just go get a tape 10 blocks away. He came back in 2 minutes or something crazy. I remember I was on the phone and I looked up when he came back. I was like, how did you get so fast? And he said, I ran there and back. Right there and there, I said, oh, okay. I didn't know then that was never going to stop, to run there and run back.
He ingratiated himself to Andre and made himself very valuable. Something that you don't want to do without. Like, who's going to get my clothes? Who's going to overhaul my tire? This is so convenient. Then they lived together.
Bought the first $1 million house. Funny, that weekend, just before I moved in, he had a mysterious fight with his mother. And he said, I can't go home. I got to stay here with you. I moved in before I did.
Andre is taking him under like a son. Andre is the very first patriarch connected. Sean grew up with the illusion of what masculinity looks like. My first encounter with Sean, I remember it like yesterday. my family, we rented the first floor of Sean's house. I was my mom and dad's only child. So now Sean has somebody to brother up with. We experienced a lot of firsts together. I taught him how to ride a bike. It was the best thing in my life. You let go of the bike and you start riding. Fit so well. Sean was another misfit, just like me. But the difference in my household, my dad taught me right from wrong. No, Sean didn't have that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce my mother, Janice Combs. What were the primary jobs that you did to support your family?
I did so many jobs at one time. I worked at the United Cerebral Palsy. I worked at the Board of Ed in Westchester County. I drive a school bus. I worked at a baby boutique shop. And he let me this. I worked it after our spot too. I had to come quick. I needed to come quick. I made more money because the men thought I was very glamorous. I used to move them. And they give me big tips.
In Sean's house, there was Janice and there was Sean.
My father's name Melvin Combs. I didn't get a chance to get to know him. I was too young. My father got his brains blown out like in Central Park West. I did the research. They said my mother had brought me to the funeral on the phone at Chinchilla. It was like a sigh of relief, you know what I'm saying? Because I finally knew that what I was feeling was true. You know what I'm saying? I was a son of a hustler or a gangster.
Melvin's presence was there, his money was there, and I understood that Melvin made a lot of things possible. But Sean's mom was his everything.
If you look at some of the early pictures that Janice has of Sean, she was always making him into something. The hats, fur clothes. I think she tried to overcompensate for the father being born by making him into this dandy.
Everything associated with Sean was hard. Whoever was flying home, that's what he was as a child. Janice, she always be at home. And there were times when she'd bring us. Here we are in this brand new Cadillac just on Janet Road. She's making stops. Here and there, you know, we knew the rule, the drill, they'll sit there, I'll be right back. She ain't turning the car off. Nobody took the car. No. So you knew it was a different vibe growing up with this family. In his household, the groove was a little different. A lot of dinosaurs playing. And then we had these movies we watched. This genre of films called Black Explosive. You had Superfly. You had The Man. You got nothing. You want everything. You got a good their parts were hustler parts. In Sean's household, you start to see all the stuff that you saw in the movies. Janice knew how to throw a party. Party for pack. You got ladies that look like they're straight out of a Jet magazine. Some brothers up there, you know, if you want to call them pimps, you can. If you want to call them hustlers, you can. You got a member of the New York Knicks or two. There was a stage in her living room, literally a stage. And that's where we used to have to go and dance. And everybody's calling me baby, and everybody's saying, do that dance. And all of this stuff was taken in. So from the movie screen to the home screen, these are the makings of Sean Combs. Now mind you, as a child, Sean was goofy. Take off. I'll keep you around. He didn't know how to defend himself. Sean was a prince. Janice, she didn't want no princess. She held back nothing.
You said I would be 12 years old. Sometimes I'd be out until 3, 4 in the morning.
James, we don't have to get back, right?
Ma'am.
Got a lot of beats too.
His peoples made me scared. But when he got his views, it wasn't good. I hate thinking about that, man.
There are 0 people on my story.
She always told me if somebody hit me, make sure they don't back up. Make sure they never hit me again. Make sure I fuck them up.
Never see you.
You know how you hear the mom
Enjoy the weather.
here.
Boy, your sweater.
You better. Boy. Sean started fighting. He started stepping up. But Sean
Well,
don't fight like
I'm
this.
looking at all the.
Sean don't
I'm
fight
streaming off of
He's
Facebook,
gonna cut your neck open
YouTube,
with his mouth.
and
He's not losing.
Twitch right now. So all 3 platforms have their own set shits.
And what do you need?
And I'm just going through their little the little guide setup things so that you could build your stream. So let me see what it says. Hold on. I can't really look at it and be on the stream. Hold on, let me see if I can. Like it says, manage your stream. Congratulations, you've achieved your follower goal. Time to set up another one. Keep it up. Oh, see, I just hit it. Matter of fact, I got 10 followers, so now I got to up my goal. Start a new goal, 20 followers. So I just hit 10 followers. So now I got to go to 20. Start goal.
I went to a party with friends. It was getting very late. What's your it was like, I'm having an after party at Andre Harrell's house.
Huh?
Andre Harrell wasn't here. He was out of town.
My YouTube.
People were tracking mud through the house, and I remember at the end of the night, I was
My YouTube name is QCP at QCP Dubz7.
and he asked me, "Oh wow, I just got this call. This girl backed out of this music video. Can you do it?"
My Twitch name is Dubz95. There you go. Let me see.
And I never forget, I had the same clothes on that I had from the night before. The music video was called Straight from Soul.
Can you share your channel?
My Finesse in Secret.
Hmm?
That's the premise was for me to jump out of the car and go with these girls and get away from the bad guy. Someone called me up and told me that he has been dead. And I
Okay, hold on.
Described it and explained it.
My man.
I just want to say this. This was incredibly devastating to my family. My mother, she's a social worker. We don't have money. The fee that we had was our crime.
Oh, I see
We
it.
carried ourselves well. We were pretty. We were intelligent. This is the basis of what I had. Self-respect. My mother wrote a letter to Ellen's parents. I just found this recently. Can I read it? Dear Mr. and Mrs. Gold, I'm writing to inform you of something that your
I'm
son
trying to figure out how to
did to
share.
my daughter. One weekend while visiting my daughter, I went to her screaming in the middle of the night. She told me that she was dreaming about us. I asked her why she was screaming. One person told her to have nightmares. I was shocked by her story. He told me that several people called her to inform her that her
Okay.
son
Okay.
without tapes of him doing something sexual to her. Apparently, your son shows these tapes at parties on Lord Street television. I realize that this may be hard for you to believe, but if I hadn't heard this story from my daughter's own mouth and looked into her eyes, I would have scarcely believed that any individual would compromise another person's dignity in this way.
Alrighty, my thoughts are I was setting some stuff up on this.
I approached a lot of people for help. I got things like, what do you want me to do about it? To, if I help you, I can't get into these parties.
Why would you want to do that? Drug and rape the girl, tape it, and then put it up on the screen. Here's my theory. Alpo Martinez, drug lord, famous Harlem street tough guy, hung out at the rooftop.
Alpo had a lot of girls. And he would take girls that he was having sex with. And then on a Saturday night, he might bring his camera and put it on the board.
And everyone knows that's so-and-so's girl.
It just posts stuff on our Facebook, so I mean, I'm straight with that.
Being looked upon in that way as someone that has that type of stature. All his life, he's been trying to honor a man he believed was a famous Harlem gangster, and that gave his father a mythic presence. Alpo, he looked at those guys with a certain amount of jealousy or envy, a certain amount of respect, and there's a certain amount of desire that things in him from him.
Join the chat panel to interact with creator.
I did. I avoided him for a very long time. I ran into him one day. He came
Okay.
And that's the very last time I talked to him. When I think back in terms of his whys, most helpless feeling. I was always cautious when I saw his image. The one image in Times Square where he's holding his fist up. When I saw it, I vomited right there in the street. You are really raising your hand of victory, and I'm living in trauma and defeat.
Yeah, I figured I had to drop my Discord too.
Prosecutors in New York have interviewed numerous women and law enforcement.
Civil lawsuit filed against Sean and Cohen's
Take it back. What the fuck else going on? It's a bunch of stuff. Just silly bullshit noise. It's like the legal system is doing it now. It's like legally, you got it. It's like I gotta spend money to go and get rid of this bullshit.
Oh shoot. Why do you always got to do some QR scan for everything nowadays, bro? QR scan every day.
Stairs, the doors didn't go out that way, they only came in. So people were stuck. They were just crushing people down at the bottom of the stairs.
You on the court, warming up the play, and then Dougie Fresh grabbed the mic and said, "There's people that are dead."
Oh well. I'll drop my Discord later on after I play a couple rounds. Appreciate the follows though. 11 followers now. Going in. Oh. Yeah, that's what I went out of there for.
One of the unanswered questions remains: who's to blame for the stampede that killed 9 people?
Out the newspaper headlines, throughout the confusion, they reported who was responsible. Sean, in real time, carried the weight of all of that.
My dream for this evening was to bring a positive program to my people of my age and to people in my community. Whatever must be done to ensure that this never, ever, ever happens again. Biggest news ever. That's how you got super famous. Was that game and those deaths. That is the beginning of that.
That's really how I started being famous. It's through a tragedy.
He was holed up in a hotel room on the side.
All right.
I saw Jazz show. He's going into this music business thing. He just left school, and now this extreme tragedy has occurred. She's like, did he make the right decision? And I saw him put his hands on her, call her a bitch, and slap her. He's not looking back.
That's like man coming on the next round.
I said, can I get a chance to maybe do A&R? A&R, the artist repertoire. That's the guy that works with the record company that puts the records together and works with the artists. I said, give me a chance, you know. I'm young, better to make music than me. We had a group back in the day. They drove up to New York unannounced to meet Andre Harrell. When we make love, Juice. They sing for Andre. Andre loves it. Immediately that becomes Puff's first responsibility. And go make jokes. Andre put his trust with Sean as opposed to the artist. He told us, I don't care who the artist is, you're more important. The artist don't work without you. You have to be able to control everything. I basically style and come up with the images and designs of the clothing for all of the artists. It was at that point Joe scene and Dan's baggy, sad, and odd. The boots not lacing it up. He is able to sponge from the community and the culture and package it. And it was, he did the same thing. Sean wasn't a producer where he can tell you, you need a C here, a C note, or this is an F. But he didn't have a
Say I'm playing with you, boo. Her name is Overcooked Pineapple. So that's how you know she be playing that game Overcooked. on, bro. We're doing best we can, bro.
Sean is promoted to VP of A&R Arts and Development. Vice President of A&R Arts Development for Uptown Records. I oversee Mary J. Blige, Indiana Boy's father, see, and on and on and on. Puffy had to oversee Mary J. Blige, but Puffy's a big VP of events. He was at my course moving video shoot. Yes, me to do the Mary J. Blige feature for the full 1 hour. I did that for him, and then all of a sudden it became great. I thought it was an opportunity until I see that this game is being played. So, this trying to court up, Sean wants to because Darren told me I got her, I won her over from him. He had to have a girl. And Sean has a way about when he gets you, he got you. He got you. And now you become property. Me and Missy were just friends. But he wanted to make sure that they could go calling and we that girl.
I'm trying, bro. Them niggas is good. They got me.
I was able to push that in the back of my mind and say that was a really bad moment when he was weak and was bad. Does that make me part of the Sean Combs code? Maybe so. I may have been the first disciple, believer, and then overall protector against all odds. Personally invite one more brother on stage. Responsible for Joe the Singer, Mary J. Blige,
Man, smack this popcorn. That shit's banging.
Everybody now looking for this kid because they all have artists that they have to get to the top of the chart. What does that do to a person? Do you think I'm still gonna be like, yes ma'am, no ma'am, thank you very much? He became too big for Uptown Records. He's so about how I was at 85. I'm not even gonna give a fuck, but I give a fuck. There started to be some dissension between Andre and
Man. I don't care, man. I am a noob. I'm a noob and I'll be one. Bro acting like we was gonna win or something. with him. He ain't even do nothing. He died like we did. So you win some, you lose some. I don't never be too mad. Oh, hold on. There's popcorn everywhere. Gonna be support. Gotta have my ladder. There we go. I got 21 bullets now. I'm like, I don't know why I even have 15. Trash. All right. Let's stop playing. Let's do this. Y'all be bullshit. You guys are terrible, bro. I don't never save nobody. I mean, that's the whole point. It's crazy. Good job, bro. Bro, over here cutting up. God dang, man. All right. Let's try to stick with it, y'all. Ain't gonna lose the momentum. We straight. Trash. My bad, y'all. Mm. That's crazy. One more, it's over. I'm tired. They smacking me.
Innocent lives got taken. Really became the ability to get away with anything. Then you start doing the fact that he has legit money. Then you have the antagonist, Tupac Shakur. All those ingredients created the chain of events that started in New York and ended in Vegas. I think that showing up now and showing up have value.
Yo,
What the fuck?
yo, bro is a freaking retard. What in the world was that, man? Straight tripped out. That was crazy.
I always look at him as just being like this rich Harlem cat who just want to dance and make money. No violence in him. But every time I turn around, there's violence. There's violence with his name on it. At the time, there's this tension that is going on between Pop and Puff. Puff wanted to work with Pop on a lot of levels, business-wise. And Pop wasn't happy. He was more interested in being in history. Puff was very threatened by Pop. Very threatened, especially if you are an executive who wants
Hmm?
to try to make you money and you got to stand the fuck up.
Hmm?
Around that time, Pop was going to this stopped up because when we smoked weed, then I was getting page. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Why you ain't coming? I was like, I'm coming. I'm on my way. Hold on. I wasn't thinking, why did it get so bad? Walking up to the building, somebody screaming from the upper top of the studio. It was Little Caesar. He's like digging inside there. He was in the corner with Big stuff, and I'm yelling like, yo, Rock. And he looks up, yo, what's up, little nigga? I go back in the room. I tell him, hey, I'm up to Big. I'm there. So I get to the elevator, and when I was about to walk out, two dudes came from both sides. They fuck back in the elevator. Recording artist Tupac Shakur was shot 12 times last night in a robbery. After surgery, his condition was upgraded to satisfactory, and he checked out of the hospital against his doctor's advice. I think they kind of rubbed me out, really. Robert's gonna leave behind $8,000 Rolex. You
not bad. If the numbers look crazy, like 3 out of 30 wrong, it's not bad at all, right? But when they're 4 points each, 104 out of 20, it just don't get that.
Others in this position where he has all this turmoil, but he's not at the point where he's saying where I went wrong. He's saying to himself, how do I get out of this? Maybe I can convince some witnesses that I'm not the guy who I am. Eventually, he's going to get to the point where he's going to ask himself, how did I get myself in this situation? This is a man like in 95 when he had 2 of the hottest acts. Great.
The diddler, the dangerous man in America. Diddling. Just walking around here diddling. Danger to himself and to the world. I'm mad as hell this thing. Acting all different. He was that nigga though. Nigga was making money.
Standing in front of the office, already with the microphone, ready to say, "You love me, I love," just to get their shot at puppet. Everybody wants to see him. He is now the new gateway into music. You're gonna take all of this power and money you're getting now and play by the rules. No, I'm not doing that. I'm accepting. Sean walks in. He had a baseball bat and a big attaché case suitcase with the snaps on it, the stocks. He signed by 25%. And he's hoping for like this. He wants to stop that. He wants it now. Not gonna stay up on my head there. I can't do that, man. He said, "This business deal I need to take care of. I need to do this. I need to get this all over. So now I'll give it back to you. I'm gonna give it back to you." And he threatened until I did. People always say to me, why would you do that? Sounds strange, but if you ever built something and you want it to last, you think about how to make it last.
I thought he was kind of cool at first, and then we started seeing some things. Craig started becoming disenchanted.
I want to get back to that crack back on his family.
Yo, you got my for granted, but he had like
Look at Bad Boy. Bad Boy didn't sell enough records to explain his wealth. But enough artists on the label that sold enough records to explain his wealth. The truth was, I'm going to make you a star with your son. Follow the money. That's what you're going to try to do as hard as you can. You're going to try your best. And we know you're going to try your best. So we're trying to do your best. And no doubt that's the only way you got all the stuff. I really got to make you that money. Do this now. It's a show. Everything that isn't earning, you're going to use the earnings. And now I own everything. You go out to the world.
Niggas suck, bro. I swear all y'all suck.
inserted into their hate that guy.
As an artist, you can go #1. Song is being played all over the nation, but you don't have the money to go to because you're not making proper money off your royalties.
Craig and I hit a point where we fucked up, no money, nothing. Hell, I was getting money from my father to take care of the house. We were all at like somebody's album release party, and Craig's gonna tell Puff to give him a few dollars, and he'll give him back once he went and did this show. He literally went in his pocket and pulled out a knot of money this big and gave him $100 bill. You just don't give a fuck.
I think Sean had envy for some artists. He was jealous of their talent and wondering, like, this talent is wasted on people who don't even really know what to do. And if I had that talent in my program,
That's interesting because a lot of people these days want to rap, mic, and rap, but you want to do other things and doing a lot of them.
sucks.
Damn, bro. They spawn camping us hard.
Big on strategy, big on
God damn, bro.
Ray wasn't happy there. Death Row was courting him because Suge was opening up a Death Row beast, and it was found out. Yes.
Friday we had a bad boy party. So Buffy was there. Sugar came that night with his friend Jerry. I was working the door. Sugar was looking for Buff. So I tried to look around for some side chicks. Like a girl in Atlanta that Sean was dealing with. Sean wanted me to take $50,000 out of the overhead account so he could buy her a private breakfast. Wait for her because she was showing side piece in Atlanta when he came there. Real party dog in a real party uniform came down the thing. The man he said, oh yeah, we gonna get him people right out doing my number one. He said he was fucking should. And Jay was being escorted out the club by the off-duty officer we always had there in the night. Jay comes out, should come out, Buck come out. Everybody's outside. A man appeared with one hand behind his back, and he was holding a pistol. He touched Jake with the pistol, and he looked at Suge like this, and was shooting Suge's friend like this. He shot him 5 times. Grabbed him, pulled him up, and a chokehold, put him in front of him like this. He was buffing around like this. In case Suge was going to shoot me. Buff was like, it's going to be all right, man. It's going to be all right. Suge said, what you mean it's going to be all right? He said, tell your mom it's going to be all right. Tell your kids it's going to be all right. And then Suge ran. Ambulance came and took Jake to the hospital. A couple of days later, he died. That's what started the East Coast, West Coast war.
Tupac Shakur out of the hospital after surgery from bullet wounds is convicted on sex charges.
After Pop gets shot in Quad Studio, he had a red case.
Jury convicted the rapper.
So they trying to sit back and say Diddy orchestrated that whole shoot. Tell your mommy and them it's gonna be alright.
But then once Pop was in jail, Bad Boy and all of his associations were nemesis. I'm in jail, strangers is telling me, yo, you don't know? Biggie Hobo shot you. Because they bragging, they telling me it's in jail, yo, just got popped. Once the conflict happens, Pop needed someone strong that was going to stand with him. And it just so happened that Suge had his own issue with Puffy. So Suge went to jail to visit. The whole thing with like Jamal into Tupac, a young cat. I'm gonna join the family, dog. Get me out.
132.
First signed Tupac to a recording contract.
I didn't get y'all out the house.
Was in this New York State prison, unable to come up with the $1 million needed for bail. Although his lawyers appealed a 1995 conviction for sexual assault. I want everybody to get a big Tupac. Out on bail, Reverend Tupac Shakur is rushed to market double album All Eyes on Me. It is #1 on this week's Billboard chart. With the addition of Tupac, so we have to stop. Coming to East Coast, there's no fear. Overthrow the government, jump out like that, bad boy and all that bullshit. And we will bring a new government here that will feed every person in New York.
We gonna bring a new government here to feed everybody in New York.
Niggas just listen. This guy came at us. I was more in the mob frame of. Keep your mouth shut, man. You know what I'm saying?
into it.
This shit sounds crazy.
That's going to never escalate. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga said.
As things was coming from the West Coast,
He gonna bring a new government here, feed New York.
shots. Producing All Eyes on Me. He called us and said, I just fucked Bay Evans. Bay expired. He's like, what? First of all, fuck your bitch in the click you claim. West side when we ride, when we quit the game. You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. Who put some
Big is still my husband legally. I am having his baby.
Sean kept putting pressure on me. You gotta answer back. You about to have him pissed off, you know what I'm saying? And the rumors are spreading. It's also shit like you said about it, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. The East Coast, West Coast thing was in it. Because no matter what we all did, they came here to the West, whatever. They wasn't arguing with each other when we was able to roam. It was just bad boy in the world. That right here put people in danger because it made people like F you, and people start doing stuff for no reason because it's just people that want to ride for each other. And then you know what happened. Doing street thing. My affiliation was doing the Nashville Hustlers. Today, we go by Nashville Gangster Crips. Police say the drugs and violence are being spread by two long-standing rivals in the Los Angeles youth gang scene. Groups who call themselves Crips that wear blue colors, and Bloods who wear red. Sean Combs was a friend. Christopher Wallace was a friend. And, you know, when we hanging out with our friends, we don't protect our friends. So they do. And they were our associates. You got beef with them, you got beef with me. Period.
A number of reports have come out that we entertain a pact that actually hired Crips for security work on the West Coast. Is that true?
We never hired Crips or any other gang faction to do security for us. It would be extremely unintelligent to hire gangs to do security.
A lot of New York guys come out from LA. The one that I know that was a beef man, that was the guy. Everybody said there's a drug lord on the border, but Sean told me he was his uncle. He might have known Janet's friends. He might have known Sean's father from those days. Zip had a relationship with the Southside Crips, and then he also had a relationship with us. Sean said Zip could give us protection going back and forth to LA because he was in with the Crips. And we had a beef with Jamaica and the Bloods. Like dresses in all red. You know, the drug dealers, Bloods, big gang.
One of the death row people got jumped by someone at a mall. And that someone was from the south side. One of them tried to take a death row. I think that was the morning bad or whatever the order. Because it was specific. You want a death row change.
We'll do with that much.
Everybody got what they wanted that night. You got to see Tyson. Knock a motherfucker out. Shit, that's all that fucking show is down. It's more than the first round. That's probably the reason we got us all fucked up in a lot of shit from fight back. You see a Tyson fight? You want to fight? At the fight, the guy who was ripped off for the death row chain is with Suge and Pop. He just whispers to Pop, that's him. It was Orlando Anderson from Southside Crips who was connected with Pop.
Next time, though, I see Pac like, take the next dad. That was the foundational moment when all this was getting out of control.
Rapper Tupac Shakur was shot in the chest.
Sporting shot multiple times in the chest in a drive-by. Death Row record label owner Marion Shook Knight was also in the car, but his injuries were minor.
Greg called me up. It was weak. He was out there at the fight because he was supposed to have performed at some club that Suge owned. And I guess Tupac was supposed to come through. He was like, how come Tupac just got shot? Greg was like scared. Yeah. Probably pumped. He ended up not going to death row after that.
Hi, Devin Soy with MTV News. Controversial rapper and actor Tupac Shakur has died in a Las Vegas hospital.
I was in jail. When he got shot. There was a lot of niggas in jail that celebrated Pac's death. I'm glad that I didn't kill anybody or anybody killed me. But I damn sure came close.
Police in Las Vegas say they have no motive for this latest shooting, but the rapper's troubled past will certainly be part of the investigation.
Who was responsible for the killing of Tupac Shakur?
I don't. I think that Sean now and my mature mind had a lot to do with the death of Tupac. In 2006, I was recruited to work in task force that was going to look at a cold case investigation. At the time, Tupac's murder was an unsolved case. Gang crimes oftentimes are difficult to solve because you don't cooperate with witnesses. They want to stick to a code that typically entails not cooperating with law enforcement and then taking matters into your own hands. Hey, my job is to snitch on nobody, because I would never snitch on nobody. We had built a narcotics case against Keefe. Keefe was kind of a shot caller for the Southside Crips. He was the most prominent drug dealer. He was very influential in his gang. His nephew, Orlando Anderson, was a very well-known violent gang member. Tupac Shakur had assaulted Orlando Anderson just after the Mike Tyson fight. So he was potentially looking at a life sentence for federal drug trafficking. We wanted to question him about his potential role in the murder of Tupac Shakur. We let him know that he could potentially mitigate some of the damages if he wanted to come in and talk to us. And the U.S. attorney agreed that they'd allow Keefe to do a proper session. Today, what we're going to do, we're just going to go over where the final control to Las Vegas incident. We do have to emphasize to you, it's determined that some of these details are incorrect and everything's off the table. A proper session is when a person facing criminal charges can answer questions wherein self-incriminating information could not be used against him in a criminal prosecution. Doesn't mean they have any kind of immunity.
Hey, I won't say this though. I feel, like I said that day, don't bullshit me, I don't bullshit you. You know what I'm saying?
A year prior to the murder of Tupac Shakur, he has had several conversations with Sean Combs.
And then he came reporting it. So, that's what I said. First day I met.
Sean Combs' affiliation with the Southside Crips came by way of a New York street figure known as Zip. Zip set up the introduction between Combs and Keefe, and then they developed their own relationship.
And everybody knows it's my boy, but he ain't it's my friend, it's my dad, my boy. The boys speak off. And after that, they use my car on the video, which car was that? 64 shit. Yeah, so my car got back, fucked up, and he had to pay, get it replaced. He called it wrong, he wanted to speak to me, but he ended up being to do. And I don't know, give us tickets, and I brought food.
The ITV. She hit the Apple TV button. She wants to see the Apple versions. I need a new sniper rifle, man. When they gonna give me a new sniper rifle?
While they were all inside a hotel room after a musical event. So it's Pharrell, Bubby, you, about 40 songs off on it.
Yeah, that was stupid as hell, too. Say, kills it, anything gonna do with it, you know? Too much uncertainty. Yeah. And, he said it about all of people, I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? All for it. So this is after gay back here. You know, he was thinking about playing, worried about something happening. So he got all about this stuff when he's here.
Then there's a more specific incident that takes place at a deli on Sunset Strip in Los Angeles. It's called Blue Bloods Deli.
What made it that specific? Right? Hey, I'm serious. I want you guys to kill these guys. He told me green back. We got there pretty bad, man. He was all something big, something ridiculous. He all held up everywhere. Man, just go out and get him. I took him downstairs and got him. Get rid of him, man. We have a problem. He made the ring, yeah, that is, we want to do it.
You seriously, man, get rid of these guys and look at you in the eyes and it's like scared. You tell him we'll do it for $1 million, and he's like, okay, then I'll do it for $1 million. He agrees and shake on it, things like that.
Man, shit, I'll do what it is up quick, you know, it's nothing. Here we go, round one.
Says that when Las Vegas happens and they're all out there, it's after he gets assaulted by Tupac, they're like, this is the perfect occasion.
We got this. This is perfect opportunity, baby.
What happened?
This was down there, and they told me that I had some channels. So one of those channels. And we had a little secret apartment. They popped up.
The vehicle that Zip was driving that night reportedly had what we call a trap in it, which is a concealed compartment where you can place a gun. It's a difficult thing to find. Zip had driven that car to Las Vegas. A few days before Tupac was murdered, Sean requested that we rent cars and have multiple drivers drive clear across the country to this fight. I arranged through my budget.
I gotta get better, man. That was crazy. I can't believe it.
Why did we rent multiple cars? Why did we hire people call them at other locations to drive? You tell them, hey, we're handling this shit.
didn't show up. We waited about 15, 20 minutes. They didn't show up. So, we came up armed. That's all they do. Or, shit. Here they coming at BMW. They ain't quiet.
On their way to the club, Shook is blaring his music too loud. He gets pulled over by some police officers. Essentially, they'll say, turn down your music, no big deal. And it's at this point in time that Shook and Tupac see these girls.
Like, sure. Like the police were going to a car or something or another. And then the traffic was stopped and then they got in the car. And then he was like, come on, come go with us. You going to 662.
Wrong. We like, there you go. Just one that you can. We just go on side, check every car to see where you was. So what directed your attention to him was some girl shouting at Tupac? Tupac! He gave his gun away. Otherwise, he got away. They know should have felt easy. I see him bully going to the head. I thought he was dead.
If you know, Tupac will tell you. Absolutely. Right.
I'm going to park the car. Put the gun on the car and left. Where did I go? You go away in the rain. Wait. And don't do it for you. And they pulled up in the ambulance while we sat there. Take off bullshit. You got to understand what we all in the world, the crosswalk, and they pull up down out of the next to us. We got a car ready. I'm in the show in the car. That's the most.
And they see you.
We didn't give a fuck. We got that on the car 2 years.
You get back to the next day, he calls you, says he can get the house. That's where at. You guys go there, who shows up, you guys talking. On Zip's phone, your phone. And Zip gives you the phone.
Yeah. You happy to help straight.
And you ask me about it, when you pay or whatever.
I say that on the phone. Zip. We have to put in our cash.
Yes, he tells you when you get paid. Let's just say I'm gonna go back home and edit it.
I'm going to give it to them.
According to KPD, he was never compensated for the murder. But he said that a partial amount of the money was intended to be forwarded to him through Zip to the tune of about $500,000. The $1 million solicitation amount, only half of it was fulfilled because only Tupac and not Shook was killed. KPD has a conversation with various writers with D-Mac. And D-Mac says there had been a payment from Combs to KPD, but it had gone through Zip, and that money was never forwarded. We're just hoping and waiting to see what kind of progress Las Vegas would make with KPD's cooperation. Nothing really happens. Ultimately, Zip dies from cancer.
When you come here,
And Orlando Anderson was shot and killed in 1998. So it's really KPD and Buff Combs are the last men standing. They can be held accountable for Tupac Shakur's murder. million on your hands. Make sure it's gonna start making your niggas disappear. Everything that's done in the dark must come to light. Everything that goes up must come down. Yeah, I'm headed to the chicken exchange. I gotta catch my man up here. I'll see you up there. Yeah, we go. The backdrop of East Coast, West Coast beat. Sean to make it to Los Angeles. For the finishing touches on Biggie's Life After Death, which wasn't titled that. Yeah, baby, wake up, baby. Slow. Come on now, 5:45. We got the 7:30 flight. Going to LAX. Oh, darling. Down, baby. We need to not come to LA. There were warnings all along the last few months that we're going down to 7:20 on the West Coast. It was award show season, and Sean wanted him to start floating me out. Biggie did not want to, but Sean talked him into doing all of those things. They were like catcalling and booing. After the award show Saturday morning, Biggie and I were to go to London, but we were going to have a 2-3 day press junket to have Biggie be one of the first artists that to meet the European press. I had worked on that for months and weeks leading up. We're supposed to go to the airport that morning. I'm calling Biggie like crazy. What's going on? Wake up. He's like, yo, Punk's bugging. He just called me and told me I want you to stay here in LA. I don't want to stay. I want to go. But Sean adamant. Cancel the flight. Biggie's not going to the UK. When you need something, this is him. Ego, power tripping. All of it because Sean went to a party on enemy turf. That's how real it is. I think somebody's trying to
10-7 ain't bad for me. I can do it though. I done did a lot worse. I'm actually doing a little something.
Cats in LA, man, they get down in these circumstances, man, and you just can't be fucking around here crazy. Everybody's thinking. I'm looking around and say,
After this, I'm gonna take a break and change up my classes. I love that support got this new. But the aim on this thing though, boy.
It didn't work out. Sean said it on Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Biggie wanted to go. He's lying about that. Sean wanted that trip. He was pushing it for weeks and weeks. He lied about it. Let me know he has a weak spot for him, and he's nervous about that information. He ushered Biggie to his death. Next question.
All it was is a puppy of shooting at war. You're messing with lives here. And that's exactly what happened. Your lives were lost as a result of what? Stupidity?
When I sat down with we briefly brought up Sean Combs, it was clear to me that she had no real respect or appreciation for him. Sean clearly didn't do all that he could have done to help out the investigation. In fact, he was a hindrance in the investigation. Because he was kind of stonewalling people from talking. Because he knows if you make inroads on Biggie's murder, you're going to make inroads on Tupac's murder. And that potentially lead you right back to him. His mom and the kids take a post. Biggie's mom, they've been extremely strong. They've been strong for me and helping to hold me up. Sean assumed the position of his best friend in every article and publication, and that wasn't necessarily true. And I'm gonna be there for them just like he would be there for them to make sure that they're all right. Sean said, "I'm gonna do the biggest funeral for Biggie that New York has ever seen." We started doing
It's
that
like this
funeral.
gun is glitching or something every time I try to shoot it.
We want to do the biggest funeral.
I don't know if it's too heavy or what.
He was gonna make the funeral charged to Biggie and them. One of my closest friends. It's still one of my closest friends. I feel his loss, just miss him so much. Sean doing the big show was put on him. He's not gonna tell the world that Biggie was gonna make it.
Your best album that don't was outside. What make it did was there. It was a big voice for the city. I love Biggie. Biggie inspired me. He made us feel like we from the town. We didn't love Biggie, so it was like we couldn't feel for him.
Biggie's supposed to be a rap superstar. He ain't wanna hurt nobody. He's like one of the only people I really trusted like for a long time. It's not a feeling that I really felt a lot like in my life. I don't really have a lot of friends. I think people think I have a lot of friends. But I don't think I really make a good friend. Before he was assassinated, Biggie had an opportunity to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. He was delivering the elements so that could happen. And Sean thought, to pull that cover, I need to be on the cover. I saw him as coming into one of the most
Hey, that was my first time really using Medic, bro. So I don't even care. I did pretty good, I think. I ain't even tripping. I'm not even the Medic kind of guy. I be needing the Medic. But I'll never use the Medic. That was my first one. All right, let me get my classes right. Yo, 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 yo. All right, let me see. He became a rock star because he had a white, because he had a old dude singing with him. That don't even make sense. Y'all glorified that man for the wrong reason.
Violence was a very normalized part of living in that world.
Everything in life, you're gonna have people that are bad and people that are good. You know, you have to choose your side. Hey, what's up, baby? I'm about to deposit 200 million right now. I feel good. And open the bank over, you feel me? What's up, baby? Yeah. You want to scream in the crowd, don't you? You want to scream. You want to scream in the crowd. I know you do.
I've seen Puff with a lot of women. You gotta take a woman and change her life overnight.
I'm about to love you. I miss you too. Look at the flight, baby. Be back.
Misa was his very first project. He built Misa in Janet's likeness.
In the very young relationship with Lisa, she would come to me. Where's the money he's supposed to be giving me for our son? Around this time, Sean is developing another life with Kim Porter. I said, Kim? Sean? No, come on. Next time I saw Kim, so get together. Make sure you marry him and have plenty of kids because he's going to be really rich. I said it in jest. Just kind of joking.
There was a boy
very strange enchanted boy. They say he wandered very far, over land and sea.
You all good girls love bad boys. And she met her bad boy.
And then one day, a magic day passed my way.
Kim was that bitch. Kim did, yeah, she ran that shit. She was a real woman. She did. You would hear Kim say stuff like, I'm not your playtoy. She had like, fuck you, bitch mentality.
I've never seen him actually punch or hit Kim, but I've been in front of the room while I knew that was going on inside. Kim would come out with her hair all messed up, her face would be red. He one of the girls that was just gonna listen to what he said and that be long.
Once you're his, through processes of grooming, it makes you nice and right for whatever he's got planned.
A very strange enchanted
Is this called? Who's Nature Boy?
the greatest thing you ever learn is just to love and be loved in return.
It took just a few years for Sean Puffy Combs to move from record company intern to one of the most successful producer entrepreneurs in music history.
After Biggie's death, Bad Boy skyrocketed. I think I remember him showing me a check for like 60 million or some crazy shit.
What you wanna do? Wanna be ballers? Shot callers, brothers.
Our oxygen was not good enough for him. He found an altitude that was right for him.
This is like one of the first homes that I bought when I started doing okay for myself.
And he always remembered Andre's direction. It's about me. It has to be about me.
I decided to start my own fashion line. I feel like I had something to offer to the fashion world.
Whatever deal that he got into, he was the forefront, the face of it. He came before everything.
When I first met him, he was like, welcome to Bad Boy, for all your dreams come true. I was a recording artist. I was a good one too. I was on Bad Boy for life. I went on the No Way Out tour. Puff was working on the Godzilla soundtrack. He wanted me to write that song. I had a difficult time writing at first. I was writing lyrics that I thought would make him sound good. And it didn't work. Singing this song. Not as good as I did. See my errors, know my faults, time halts, see my loss, break the faith, fall from grace, tell me lies, time flies, close your eyes, come with me. Right? That was my version. Right? Here you go. And then crying, because me, see my faults, see my errors, know my faults, time halts, see my loss, knowing lies. I'll be like, bro, that is not what I said. That is not how I did do this, and Will is gonna let him. The song was a hit. Probably one of the biggest songs Puff Daddy ever recorded.
Yeah.
Good life turned good for me, but life turned better for him. He was dating J-Lo. At the time, I lived in Buffy's brownstone, 32nd, 3rd, something like that. Sean lived in the same house with me. He was a young rap from Brooklyn, signed to Bad Boy. I remember I came home one day and Sean had an AK-47 with a bullet jammed in it. And he was like, I can't get this bullet out. And I was like, yo, if you can't get the bullet out, you shouldn't be having your hands on the gun. I did not own a gun. I did not carry a gun. But trying to get me 100% false, I had nothing to do with a shooting in this club.
Sean Puffy Combs is now facing 15 years in prison for his involvement in the shootout.
Diddy came to the club with J-Lo and shot him. Some neighborhood guy from Brooklyn had some kind of beef with Diddy. Words were exchanged, and next thing you know, guns came out. I was shot in my face. The time Diddy shot him.
She saw Puffy Combs pull a black gun at the same time as Shine missed. Then both Combs and Shine fired.
A stolen gun was found in the sports utility vehicle that Combs Lopez was
What are you doing, bro? Man, what are you doing?
I transported Diddy that night to the mental health precinct.
For the 12 hours, still stopped the autograph of sports betting himself.
In the shooting, my job was to do the rap music industry as a whole. And everybody called me Diddy's detective because every time P. Diddy got into trouble, I was always the guy that had to do that.
He had nothing to do with this, and it's very, very frustrating to keep on going through this. When anything happens anywhere, he's blamed. When is it going to be fair for sure? You're back to MTV's New Year's Eve bash. You're high up on Times Square. Kind of a tough week this year. What do you tell us about the events of last week?
Oh, striking point stuff. Y'all niggas trash.